Hello, everybody. We are here with
Post to Connect.
I'm your host, Kahana. This is your co-host.
I'm Sophia.
And we are starring
Juan.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about social media and relationships.
the physical and mental impacts on it.
It's crazy how much social media is involved in our daily lives, right? From how we meet people to how we stay connected to the ways it can actually cause friction in relationships. We see the good, the bad, and everything in between.
Definitely. And the tricky part is that it's not about the fun stuff like cute couple selfies or vacation posts. There's a lot more that happens behind the scenes, and sometimes it can get messy.
Exactly. You know, what I was thinking about the whole highlight reel effect, everyone posting their best moments, happy dates, perfect vacation pics, cozy nights, and it can make you feel like your own relationship isn't quite measuring up.
Oh, for sure. We start comparing our real lives to something that's been edited and curated. It's not easy to think, why don't we have that?
Oh, for sure. And it's not about the pressure we put on ourselves, but it's also about the expectations that society places on us. Like, you know, when we see these influencer couples who already, always post about how perfect their relationships are, and it feels like we're supposed to, live up to that. But let's be real. Those posts don't show the tough days or the behind the scenes, the struggles and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Social media gives us this perfect picture, but it's all filtered. It doesn't show the fights, the awkward moments, or even the hard work that goes into making a relationship thrive. We don't talk enough about that side of things.
Right. And that comparison trap is dangerous. You start looking at someone else's posts and wonder why your life isn't as glamorous. And then you feel guilty about it. Why aren't you posting these perfect couple pics? And why don't you have that goals, the moments to share like them?
So it creates this idea that if you're not posting about the good stuff, you're somehow failing. I think that's where we start to get in trouble because relationships aren't always sunshine and rainbows, but we only see the sunshine it makes, and it makes us question what's wrong with our own relationship.
It's definitely a tricky area, and I think what makes it worse is that we're all so connected and we're all constantly online, checking our feeds, checking our partner's feeds, seeing what's going on. But we have lost a little bit of the art of communication in the process. Instead of talking about how we feel, we're often just scrolling and assuming we need to be more forward, we need to be more involved. Social media is just too much.
That's so true. And then you start seeing jealousy creep in. It might seem small at first, like noticing your partner liked someone else's photo or commented on the post. But sometimes that's all it takes to stir up insecurities.
Yeah. It's almost like social media has become the new trust test for a lot of relationships. And it's so easy to misinterpret a like or a comment and let it spiral into something bigger than what it really is.
I love that idea. It's about being present in the moment. Setting those boundaries not only helps with keeping relationships strong, but also lets both partners feel like they matter to each other, even when the world is distracting them with millions of notifications.
That's so true. I've been in situations where I'd rather send a text or a DM than talk things to face. It's easy to hide behind a screen, but when we do it that much, it kind of takes away from the connection we have in real life.
Yeah, and that's why having boundaries is so important. I think a lot of couples don't really set any rules around social media, and then you end up in these situations where one person feels like they're not getting the attention they need or that something's off. I know some people who have had to put their phones down during dinner or set time limits for when they're allowed to check their social media.
Yeah, I think those boundaries help build a healthy relationship with social media. It's about finding a balance, right? You don't want to cut social media out completely, but you don't want it to be the thing that drives you apart either.
Exactly. And let's talk about how social media can actually help relationships too. I mean, in long distance relationship, it's almost like a lifeline, right?
Oh, absolutely. I've been in a long distant relationship before, and honestly, social media is what's keeping us connected. We could FaceTime and like texts and pictures, and it made distance feel a little more bearable. But even then, it can be tough when you're always online trying to keep up with the communication. It feels like you're pressured to always be available when that's not the reality.
Yeah, there's definitely that pressure. You don't want to feel like you're ghosting someone, especially when you're in a long distance relationship. But the flip side is that social media can become overwhelming. Like you're constantly on your phone, always trying to stay in touch, and it can get exhausting.
Yeah, and that's when finding a balance comes in again. It's great that social media makes a long distance relationship easier, but you also need to make sure you're not putting all of your energy into the virtual connection of it and forgetting about your real life moments.
Right. You also have to make sure the relationship isn't just digital. It's about quality time. Even if it's just like through the screen, setting aside time to talk without distraction really helps maintain that emotional connection.
And I think that goes for all relationships, whether you're in a long distance relationship or not. It's about maintaining balance, using social media to enhance connection, not replace it.
Exactly. So whenever you're posting the perfect couple picture or just scrolling through your feed, it's important to keep it real and be mindful of how it affects your connections with others. Social media should be enhance our relationships, not complicate them.
And the most important thing is communication. Talk to your partner about your boundaries, your insecurities, and your feelings around social media. It's a tool, not just a relationship rulebook.
Well said, Kahana. And that's it for today's episode of Post and Connect. Thanks for tuning in.